Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's ride with it, man. We're going to talk about this one way or another. You guys know how this reasons why the Cowboys are the way they are, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to try to get things going in those factors. We're going to talk about a few things as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys, what they're doing as far as the offensive-wise, red zone. Was Dak Prescott the only reason, right? Defensive side. This is going to be a short show. I'm not going to try to keep you long for an hour or anything. So really appreciate those who been following the channel, been part of the notification game. I really appreciate that. Don't forget, I got a podcast that's LAW Nation. That's the name of the podcast. Really appreciate each and every last one of you guys for being part of that as well. As we begin to talk, we already know that it is the end of the world for most. It is the end of the freaking world. Cowboys, it is over with, right, baby? When I tell you guys, all day, every day, I went to the office, there was a sign saying Cowgirl 0. And people that don't even know football would hit me up. It's cool because what's good for the goose, good for the gander, as old folks used to say, right? But shout out to Oak Cliff, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation, man. Jared, thank you for always being part of the mix. Anson, thank you. Appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Let's get this thing going one way or another. You guys know how it is. Let's stand up. Let's be ready. I understand. We lost. We got our ass whooped. That's just the bottom line. We did. Of course, with the officials, the zebras, we can go that route, or we can go another route. It is what it is. Jamal Willis, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in to this thing. Really appreciate you, man. Hey, it is what it is. Michael Bunch, what's up, man? Let's go. Let's get this thing going. We're going to listen in to, I believe, Skip and Shannon and those boys, and we're going to listen to what they have to say. I cannot show the picture, but we can listen to the audio, and we're going to go back and forth from those factors, okay?
Colts, and Dak Prescott failed to throw a touchdown pass even though the Cowboys had a number of chances in the red zone. Dak was also sacked 3 times and threw an interception. So Shannon, what grade?
Y'all heard this morning. I know y'all
Dak
did.
For his performance.
Even if I'm grading on a curve scale, Bayless, which I'm not. I mean, because, you know, like you always tell me, you know, you got to hold these guys to the highest standard. That's what you tell me. That's what the Hall of Fame, you're in the Hall of Fame, right? They haven't revoked your pass because, I mean, you owe me 17 Ks of due. So they might have revoked it by now.
Have they? I'm wondering.
Okay, yeah.
Let's hope not.
F.
He giving
As
us
in
F.
flunked?
Failure to launch. Yes, and if you give him anything other than that, I'm going to be very disappointed in you, Mr. Bayless. First of all, 206 yards on 39 attempts. That's 5.3 yards attempt. Skip, that's the second worst of the season, and that's saying something. So you mean to tell me he has a game worse than this, what we had yesterday?
Okay.
He held on to the ball too long. Now, Skip Bayless, someone forwarded me a tweet that Skip Bayless tweeted.
Somebody's sneaking around my
I don't know why you're talking. I don't know why.
Creeping.
I don't know why you're talking.
Who has time?
But someone forwarded me a tweet that Skip Bayless tweeted yesterday. It said about Dak Prescott need to scan the field quicker. He's holding on to the ball too long. Either he needs to run or throw it away. Throw the ball away, the very thing that he...
Yes, indeed. So that's Shannon Sharp that you guys hear in the background. You're not crazy. It's not me talking. It's not the microphone behind me. It's not the chair or anything. This is the thing. When we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys and what we talk about what they need to improve on, especially with Dak Prescott, getting rid of the ball, that's something that he must. And I'm telling you guys, that's a must that he must have to improve on, especially when you go to the next level. And I'm talking about the playoff. Can I say the playoff word? Can I say the P word? Can I say that? Can we talk about that word right now? I really don't want to, but we got to, right? So you playing against the best of the best when you get to the playoff, believe it or not. You know, there's the top teams of their respective divisions or the second tier of their respective division. So with that being said, they got there for a reason. A lot of times people just don't fall into the playoff unless you're playing in a trash division or a crash division, like the what division that Bill Belichick be coaching out of. But they seem like it's this year. This year seems like it's a rough division for them, finally. But they get to the playoff every year. They don't have to go through the trials and tribulations that we go through, especially with the media aspect to it. But this is the thing that I really want to say. He got to get the ball out quick. We understand that. He got to step up through his throw, got to go through his progressions, and then on top of that, he got to put a little bit better air under the ball. You guys feel what I'm saying? Ain't that right, John? I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to this thing. Really appreciate each and every last one of you guys for being part of the mix. Let me see if I can fix up a few things. I see a little green arrow on my end, a red arrow. So let me do this while you guys are coming into this thing. My name is Law Nation. That's LAW Nation. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, as well as other platforms like Daily Motions, Facebook. You can't follow me there, but I do have a group on Facebook, NFC East, I guess Cowboys Talk. You can join me there in that group. I would not be there, but I have some admins that's there that can regulate and get you guys going in the right direction. C.A. Blow, appreciate you, man. No P word yet. Dalen, what's good, man? They are in the trash division. Yeah, they are. Philly trash. This is the thing with Philadelphia before I go on to hit and play with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. Philadelphia fans, they feeling the hype right now. They saying that Nick Foles going to do it again. Lightning can't strike twice, what have you. Okay, I was sitting waiting. I want everybody from Filthy to keep that same energy when they play against the Texans. Then when whoever they play in the last game of the year, I want them to keep that same energy because they all in my chat box. That's cool. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. I'm going to say again, you guys are welcome to come on in and get beat down with my words because you know what it is. But they don't want this smoke, right? They don't want this smoke. They don't want these problems because all they can do is work out those neck muscles when they look up to the greater division, well, the greater team. Regardless of the situation, I know they're going to go back and say, well, hey, we haven't won since 95. My whole argument is, since we didn't win since 1995, what's taking you guys so long to keep up and catch up? You know what I mean? So what's taking you so long? You know, that's what we got to say with those people that's supporting that particular group or genre, or whatever you might want to call it. Let me see how I can get this thing going. Let me just do this right here. Appreciate you guys. Let me do that, and we're going to hit play again. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. While I'm just going to hit this right here. We still howling, baby. We still howling. Yes, let's go.
Criticizes Aaron Rodgers for, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about that.
Do you want me to respond?
No, I do not want you to respond. He did not complete. Skip. He was 1 for 7 on throws 15 or more yards down the field.
Yep.
But I'm not surprised by that because he's only completing 38% of those throws on the season, which would rank him 28th. This was an opportunity for Dak to show he could lead a team from behind. It's easy to play in the front, Skip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the front. This was his opportunity. Go on the road, hostile environment.
Yep.
They have something just like you do. They trying to get into the playoffs.
They need this game. You don't.
You do too.
You know?
And guess what happened?
We didn't need it at all. We're still a game up.
Just like you got on that winning streak, you won 1, it turned into 5. You could lose 1 and turn into 3.
Good point.
And then what?
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Let them hear it.
I'm talking to you.
You guys hear what the Hall of Famer just said.
Skip Bayless. I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep.
Yep.
Drinking coffee. First cup of coffee. First cup of coffee in 50 years.
I was going to say, I didn't think you drank
I didn't, but I stayed up all night preparing for this.
Really?
Yeah, they say Voltaire drank 50 cups a day. I don't know how he did. He never slept. He drank that many coffees. But anyway, Skip Bayless, F.
And as usual, I'm going to give you an F for giving him an F.
What you gonna give him?
I saw a very different football game. I don't know. I got to get a new TV. I got to get it adjusted.
Okay,
I'm still watching a black and white TV.
What did you give him?
Time for this thing to go.
I gave him a B.
Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip.
0 points? 0?
0 points.
I gave him a B.
And a pick.
Yeah.
And 3 sacks.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of F, I'm just glad my Dallas Cowboys are back on Fox next Sunday against Tampa Bay because they'll get.
They were on Fox last week.
Not this one. Not yesterday.
What were they on Fox?
Yeah, they were.
Shannon with all that energy. Y'all hear Shannon with all that energy?
But they're on Fox. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a big one. This is big. This is big.
Yo, Troy and them not calling this game. Yo, you don't get Troy and Joe Buck for that.
Why not?
With Tampa?
This is to win the division.
Hold on. You would have thought they would have had Troy and Joy. You had the Cowboys and Andrew Luck, but you want Jameis Winston in Tampa.
So, let's talk about 0 points.
Okay, 0.
I'm going to walk you back through this.
Okay.
Dak Prescott was extraordinary in the first half, and I keep telling you, the Dak attack, #1 in time of possession in the National Football League, was added again yesterday. Opening drive, 10 plays. Next drive, 15 plays. Next drive, 14 plays. It's hard to drive the ball that far on the road against a defense that has really caught fire the last 5 games in Indy. So I'm giving him a B because all that mattered was they didn't get the break to cash. But what happened on the first one? I'm going to show you again.
All right, so I guess Skip is going to go with the. I guess Shannon is the heel, and Skip is going to try to go with the puncher's chance. This is the thing, guys. When you look at the red zone efficiency, whether or not it's the play that was called or the execution that was needed to be implemented, this is the thing. We got to do better, regardless of the situation. I look back at the game. We got a chance to move the ball, drive the ball for the first few series, but we just didn't punch it in. We're looking at the same mistakes that we did earlier, I guess, between these years of playing football. We can look at 17, 16. 16 was a little bit better because I could argue this fact. The O-line was better. Not trying to just build in excuses. I see some people that said that Romo called the plays in 16. I mean, it could be possible, but, I doubt it. It was more of a Mark Sanchez, and I think it was more of a collective unit. You got 2 veteran quarterbacks in the ear of a young quarterback. Think about that. 2 veteran quarterbacks in the ears of the young quarterback. Brandon Newkirk, man, what's up, man? He said, law line, Cowboys will bounce back. And he put $2 in there just to confirm everything. Appreciate you, man, for the donation to help grow the nation, man. I really do, man. Incognito, what's good, man? Sharp gives the red ass, and he didn't even know which network Dallas was on. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, bet that. He don't even watch the game, laughing my butt off. Yeah, so it is what it is. I believe that. Skip is clueless as Garrett and as Lennon Hand. This is from, who this from? This is from JS236. Yeah, young guy,
He throws a back shoulder fade. It's 3rd and 4 from the 30, and I thought it was highly catchable, and Allen Hurns turns inside. That's a throw that he cashed that Allen Hurns didn't. I like this throw.
But Skip, but you're saying under the assumption
he looks the wrong way.
But you're saying under the assumption that Dak was right by throwing it to his back shoulder. Allen Hurns had 2 steps. Why didn't he just throw it over the top?
I thought he threw it outside where he could just turn outside and catch it. They're on the wrong page. They're on different pages.
So why are you blaming Allen Hurns?
That was a sweet throw.
Why are you blaming? But you're blaming Allen Hurns.
Well, he's Allen Hurns. That's why.
Oh my goodness! You need to stop, Skip.
So what happens after that? They're going to get points anyway. They got a 48-yard field goal, and what happens? It gets blocked. So are you docking him for that? Is that Dak's fault? No. So right away, Andrew Luck goes and scores. That's fine. I told you my defense just did not show up yesterday. They just rolled their helmets out on the field because they weren't into this game. So here he comes again with 15 plays, and it comes down to 3rd and 1 from the 3. And again, to Dak's credit, it's Olawale, but he throws a touchdown pass. He hits number 49 right in the hands. Is it not a touchdown pass? So there's 10 points that should have been scored by Dak Prescott. He got them in position to score 10 points that got negated by a blocked field goal and a flat-out short-arm drop. It's like he closed his hands before the football got there. Am I right?
I didn't see that.
Okay, that's 10 points right there. So then we go to this one. We go to the 3rd drive. This is a 14-play drive, and it comes down. This is 2nd and 9 from the 30, the Indy 37. And Noah Brown is fighting up the sidelines for a really sweet throw. It's going to hit him right in the hands. And the DB, the kid's name? Wilson, Quentin Wilson, he is all over him. He's riding him like a mule all the way up to the sideline. Just riding him, holding, grabbing, pushing. He's doing everything he can. And just because it's 85 Noah Brown,
just like you told me earlier, it was Allen Hurns.
Okay, and the refs are going, I don't know who you are.
Right.
If it's 19, maybe I'm going to throw the flag because it's Amari Cooper, the hottest receiver in the NFL. But it's Noah Brown. I love Noah Brown.
And you say you don't have an arc. If you didn't have an arc, I'd throw a flag like other Noah.
Well, like whatever. Yeah, he doesn't have an arc. That's probably true.
That Shannon, he must be high as a kite, man. Hey, when I called the game live, I said, look, man, I was mad. I seen the DB. He actually just did these two palms and he pushed number 85 out. Then one can argue. I saw the Twitter wars going, saying, wait a minute, the 85 kid, he initiated the contact. But for those who out there play DB, you know good and well, hey, you can't touch that man after those 5 yards. You probably can just do some incidental stuff with your shoulder. But anything about your hand checkman, yes, hand on hand. Sometimes, the officials, coach would say, hey, you can chop those hands down, but don't touch his body. Don't touch those numbers. Don't touch the inside. But the old boy, he never turned his head around. He was like, and then he pushed the man out of bounds. So it is what it is off of that Noah Brown play. And I love Noah Brown. A lot of people would call him Baby Dez. He can track the ball. He's physical. He can get some little separation off the release because he got this little size or what have you, interceptor speed. I like what he brings to the table. So with that being said, of course, Dallas Cowboys, we won't get that call. Noah Brown, he's not going to get that respect. But it is what it is. Nor Dak Prescott, he's not going to get that respect. So I can see the angle, what Skip is trying to lament about the fact that the refs are swallowing their whistle. I can feel him on that. Yeah, coaching staff is trash. This is from Dallas Cowboys. Hey, man, you going to name yourself Dallas Cowboys. That's a cold name, though. All right, and we got Griffin. Dak will win us a game. That's all we need is win one more game, and we're in the big dance. We are in the big dance. Shout out to you, Incognito, again. Ivan Evans, appreciate you, man, tuning in to the nation. Really, really, really appreciate you, man. I see you got that the FB dropped the TD and the hands. Yes, it is what it is. Yes, he dropped that TD in his hands. It was right there. But it is what it is. We can't. It's spilled milk now. We can't cry about it now, though. We cannot cry about it. You know what I mean? We just got to just continue to press forward. Let's see what else they say.
Dak didn't have enough of an arc on the throw. I don't know.
Oh!
Yeah.
So, but you still go give him a beat.
Okay, now, let me finish. That's pass interference. That's 1st and goal at the 5, and I think we're going to cash 7 more points.
Oh, my goodness.
I just detailed for you 17 first-half points that would have won this game. I believe they could have made that stand up, but they cashed none. Was it Dak's fault? He played an extraordinary first half because the time of possession is almost 20 minutes to 10 minutes. Whose fault is that, or who gets credit for that? That's Dak's credit. That's what he does.
Skip,
he drives the football.
Skip, look at it. If you don't mind me asking, what's the difference between a 15-play drive that net 0 points and a 3-and-out? Nothing.
Well, the play that cashes. They
didn't cash. They scored 0.
I just showed you he threw a touchdown pass.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Oh, Skip, we don't do that.
Did he not throw it where it's supposed to be? Was it not a perfect throw?
Skip.
Was it not a perfect throw? I'm not going to give him any less than a B.
What you and I do here, we don't do the hypotheticals of what coulda, woulda, shoulda been.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is your team scored 0 points, and your quarterback had an interception, and you give him a passing grade.
Yeah, I give him a B because that's a really extraordinary first half.
How?
Yeah.
What's so extraordinary about scoring no points? I can do that.
So now I'm going to criticize the way you said I criticized in that tweet. The tweet came right after the following play, after Noah Brown didn't get the flag up the sideline.
Okay.
So now it's 3rd and 3rd and 9 from the 37.
Right.
And Dak drops back and he holds the ball as he is wont to do, and he holds the ball some more, and he holds it a little more. And I'm saying, just throw it. Just either or run because he can really run. Did he run any yesterday? He ran 0 yesterday.
Okay.
He ran 0. Okay. So again, they're more effective when he takes off occasionally and just gashes the defense because he's 240 pounds and he can move.
So even though he held the ball too long, which you admit, you still give him a passing grade.
As I tweeted yesterday, this is his Achilles heel, not Achilles heel. His Achilles heel is he holds the ball too long on big 3rd and 9s because he's waiting for somebody to come open who did not come open.
Okay.
So he's not a big interception thrower, but he's a big sack taker because he just takes the sack.
Didn't he throw an interception yesterday?
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. He just went off Blake Jarwin's hands.
He overthrew him.
He did not.
Okay, let me ask you a
Glanced
question.
off his hands.
What about last week?
Yeah.
Did he throw interceptions last week? But
I
those
don't
weren't his
remember
part
the
either.
game. Which game?
You do remember the game, the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, he did. And then
But I thought he didn't throw interception.
Well, wait a second. And then in the fourth quarter and overtime, he threw for 243 yards on 17
He should have saved
20.
some of them points for Indy.
243 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interception?
Okay.
So he put his team in position to be leading at halftime.
Time out, Skip Bayless. Hold up. What'd you say now?
Should the Cowboys, should they have been leading at halftime off what I just showed you?
No.
Yes.
If you don't mind me.
Yes.
I need you to repeat that stat again. You said in the third quarter in overtime.
Fourth
quarter in overtime, he threw for how many yards?
243.
243 and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
And in 4 quarters yesterday, he had 0 and 206.
I just showed you he had 17 points that he put them in position to have yesterday that they did not have at halftime.
Let this sink in. You just heap praise on a man that threw for 243 yards in fourth quarter and overtime. Yep. And yesterday, he had 206 yards passing, an interception, and no points. And you give him a passing grade.
Now let this sink in. Indy's defense might be the hottest.
All right, so he talks about Indy's defense a little bit. Let's just close that off right there. This is the thing. We see these little problems with the Cowboys here and there. But what I can say collectively, and I mean this collectively, if we can just patch up this red zone offense, man, this team can make some things happen. Although, if we look at it from this angle, of course, what Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp are discussing, the fact that Shannon Sharp, his position is the fact that, of course, Dak Prescott just laid an egg, the interception, was not getting the ball out quick, overshot that guy, undershot this guy, and we can see that. We see that with our natural eyes out there on the film or out there on the broadcast view. But when we look at the game again, we see some things like, oh man, if the receiver would have executed, and we already know about the execution part. We've been saying that for all this year. Like, hey, if the guys execute, if Jameis Olawale catches the ball, if they actually go for field goals instead of going for it, maybe, just maybe, we'll see some things, some changes with this offense. But neither here nor there. I do hear and I do see a lot of people saying that Dak Prescott is trash. So at this point, Cowboys Nation, it is almost the end of the year. There's nothing we can do about Dak Prescott. There's nothing we can do about that. He is our quarterback for right now. And my only opinion with this is that, hey, you got to stick with the quarterback that you rode in with. There's no need to change this thing out for right now. The guy got 30 wins. That's a lot. And then on top of that, if you look at the cards that was dealt for him this past Sunday, this is not me making excuses, but come on. Number 77 was the only guy that was out there that's valuable to this offensive line. We can argue the fact that number 71, Lyle Collins, playing tackle, who's naturally to me is a guard. And I digress on other things too. Shout out to you, Drung. This on my Twitch page. Appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. But we can't just go back and forth, Cowboy Nation. All we got to do is pull our positive minds together and see whether or not things can come and work out into the favors of what we need to do this next game. And I'm talking about playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really think that we can handle them. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just a quick Q&A time. Really do. Shannon is just a hater of the Dallas Cowboys. This is from Young Wilson. I can't read it that fast, but hey, Dak is not the problem. This is from Jay Griffin. Hey, it is what it is. I don't feel that he is a problem. That's just the title line that I put out there of what First Take or ESPN Undisputed has had it out there. Dak is a role of God coaches. I don't know about that. Todd, what's up, man? Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Hator Rivers, what's up? Number 4, number 2, and +9. I don't know what that means. Linehan and Moore is trash. It's from Young Wilson. All right, so this is my stance on Kellen Moore. I think that Kellen Moore would need, and I'm talking about need time to develop as a coach. He's just going to need time. He's not going to jump out the water and be like one of these great coaches, like these phenoms out here, like a McVay or what have you. McVay, even at his position, he's set behind some greats. You just go and look it up and Google it, if you want to. But I don't think Moore is going to be that type of guy, that phenom that's going to come out his first year and be this spectacular guy that's going to coach up Dak Prescott. He's going to have to go through his growing pains. And as much as we explain this, it's going to seem like it's a broken record for for us to continue to talk about this. It is what it is. Shout out to you, Karen. I love you too, man. I love you. I love it. Let's get this thing going. Ryan, what's good? I think we need a new quarterback coach. I have the same sentiment here. It's just that one of those things where we just got to go with this thing. Cronyism, nepotism, it would not change. If you've been down here in Texas, if you go to the Star in Frisco, if you go get a chance to do the tour of the Arlington Stadium, one thing that you will come back from is that you'll say to yourself, man, they treat this thing just like a mom and pop show. They do. It feels like a mom and pop. And when a mom and pops, what do mom and pops do? They hire their own. They're gonna go inside the family tree in the archives, and if they can't find a family member with those set of skills, what they do then is they start asking their friends of the family and saying, "Okay, this is a friend of the family. Let's go ahead and hire this particular person." It is what it is. I wish I can put it in other terms, but that's just how I go. Toby, what's good, man? He said Dak Prescott is trash and Scott Linehan must go. I mean, it is what it is at this point. We can beat the young quarterback down, but guess what? As trash as Dak Prescott's play is, or is believed to be, guess what? There's only one other quarterback that got more wins than him. I'm going to say it again. There's only one other quarterback that got more wins than him. His name is TB12, Tom Brady up there in New England. And I do know when Dak lose, this is the known deal. When Dak Prescott lose, it's his problem. It's only his problem. But however, when Dak Prescott wins, or when the team wins, it's everybody excluding him. So we got to find a middle road for the Dak Prescott haters and for the Dak Prescott lovers and for the Dak Prescott defenders and the Dak Prescott apologists. Let's just agree with one thing. 9 times out of 10, 99.9% chance I'm right. And some of those others that's in this chat box right too. It's the team win, not the individual. It's the team win. And Law, do you have information on that? Yes. One of the better quarterbacks right now that's in the National Football League. His record is not undefeated. Aaron Rodgers. One can argue the fact that he's a way better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And of course, supposedly they had a better coaching staff than Jason Garrett. But let me know and remind me and educate me. Put me in a better situation. Exploit my I guess, fill in my knowledge with your information. Pour upon me the blessings that you have inside of your mind and explain to me and educate me once again the reason why Aaron Rodgers' record is not better than the Dallas Cowboys this year. And he's supposed to be, quote unquote, a better quarterback. Because if that's the only piece that we are missing, why on this beautiful earth that we live in, that we share amongst each other, why his record is not better? And then on top of that, if you add and you calculate the last since 2016, why Aaron records is not better than the Dallas Cowboys? Why is Matt Ryan record is not better than the Dallas Cowboys? Why is Matthew Stafford is not better than the Dallas Cowboys? Because you guys can't beat me on that debate. I'm waiting for somebody to beat me. You guys cannot beat me on that debate. The Dak Prescott haters, when I put them down into that corner, they fold up like a weak tent and they look like a wallet that I'm sitting on right now. And they just fold up because they cannot beat Law Nation on that debate. When I start bringing up facts versus opinions, they just sit there and they go back to their same single line. Dak Prescott trash. And I win. I'm undefeated talking to those guys, But it is what it is. Roger is done. This is from Rami Castillo. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Hooper, what's up, man? Shout out to you, man. Salute to you, man. To you and your whole entire family, man. What's good? Dak will be like Mahomes. Now, this is the thing. Patrick Mahomes, or Pat Mahomes, or Money Mahomes, I really have to see another year of his development. And I really want to see this right here. Coming from Pat Mahomes, I really want to know how he's going to look next year. This will be his third year next year. Of course, he sat on the bench for one good year, and that was good for him. It's good for him to have the game to slow down naturally and not being forced out there. And then on top of that, his pedigree of work or his field, his total body of work will never be equivalent to what he had to go through and face when he has the silver and blue and the star in the helmet. And every station that he turned on, it will be one of those debate shows talking about his skill set and his misaccuracy pass when the ball bounces off the fingers of the opposition. It would never have to come to those type of levels. But still, I would not discount his talent. The boy can throw the football. I saw him. He can throw the football 100 yards at ease. With the flick of his wrist, the ball can travel 40 yards. The guy is amazing. He can curve the ball. He can just do like this and the ball curve around like he the Matrix when they curve the bullet. You know, he can do all those type of things. He is that guy. But with those weapons, man, come on. I cannot discount Travis Kelce. I cannot discount Tyreek Hill. And one thing I can say from here, as much as we kind of dog Andy Reid from here and there, he always kept the Eagles in some type of good running race or some type of in some type of fighting chance. And as it relates to quarterback talk, he always had those guys. Even when he coached for Filthy, he had those guys ready. He had McNabb, for crying out loud, looking like he was good. So it is what it is. Geez, where do you Dak haters come from? This is from Calvin Williamson. I don't know. I don't know where the Dak haters come from. It's just like they always come in here and they ready. They keep that same energy. Always a lady. Shout out to you, lady. She says, hey, Law, appreciate you. This is the thing. When we talk about this, the Dak Prescott haters, they come with that same energy. When we losing, they here. When we winning, they here. So it is what it is. They just don't like the guy. And to me personally, I mean, good Lord. And I would never wish this on a young quarterback. Trust me, I would never wish this. But sometimes, just like Nietzsche said, do not spoil what you have by desiring the things that you don't have. Because at one point, something that you do have was something that you wished for, or dreamed for, or longed for. And in 2015, if we had a quarterback, just some half of a quarterback at that point, we would have won more games than where we at, in 2015. Of course, blessing comes in many different ways. By us losing those games, we finally got a chance to get Ezekiel Elliott. We finally got a chance to make a gamble move on Jalen Smith and all those boys. So, but it is what it is at this point. Dallas Cowboys, what we need to do to get things going in the right direction is just win. Win cures everything. Play aggressive. I do know that the hatred is still going to come whether or not we win by 40 points or 10 points or 20 points or in between, whatever it may be, it will still be some type of hatred. If we win by 1 point, it's going to be something like people will be still mad if we won the other day by 1 point. They would have still came with this same negative talk. It is what it is. Ronnie B, what's good with you, man? They aren't so much of a Dak hater, but more of so-called Cowboys quarterback haters. They just can't help themselves. This is what Ronnie's saying. I agree. It's the same energy all throughout. It is what it is. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Don't forget, man, my goal for every show is to get to at least 100 likes, and I really appreciate it. It's not an easy task to do when you do this type of line of work. You got to pull in a lot of information. You got to be able to talk to you guys, you wonderful people that's in the chat box. You got to talk to you all. Shout out to Charlie, man, that's on the Periscope. Appreciate you for tuning in to this thing. Dallas Cowboys, no, don't like him. He's hot trash.